SPELLHACK is a strategy deck builder with some tower defense mechanics and an aesthetic inspired by computer games of the late 80s. The core gameplay, while it has some similarities to other titles, is just far enough removed from genre standards to break it out from the pack. The game is divided into day and night phases. The day is reserved for deck building and preparing defenses for the evening attack. The player has a limited amount of time to explore different areas of the city for new spells, upgrades, side quests, and temporary enhancements. Advancing through the story gradually unlocks new areas, and scanning those areas reveals additional information. The daytime portion offers a little bit more control over deck design than most deck builders offer. While the events are still random, each location features a predetermined set of possible events, and the player gets a few choices along the way. It doesn't guarantee that anyone can get a specific build, but it does feel less frustrating when you can angle for events that, for example, specifically remove or upgrade cards. During the night, the player must protect a portal from waves of summoned monsters, using spells to damage enemies or deploy walls to slow them down. Gameplay is semi-real-time. Turns come at regular intervals, with the player getting a fresh hand and renewed energy about every 15 seconds. Enemies have various innate traits, though aside from the ones that move around the field when damaged or temporarily become invincible, they don't have a huge impact. The controls and interface are simple, and there's not too much to figure out here. Energy is the major limiting factor. Most spells are relatively costly, and some require a non-renewing resource that must be gained from destroying certain enemies. Energy management ends up being the bulk of the tactical consideration, as most viable builds pretty much play themselves. Combat is won between fights, with quick decision-making tipping the scales once the fight starts. Overall, SPELLHACK is an interesting variation on the deck builder formula that might be a little too different for some, but if you're willing to deal with a slight learning curve, it has a lot to offer.